The CMA started out being a 5-part exam many years ago. Then it condensed to a 4-part exam, probably somewhere around the 1980s, I believe. And here more recently, in the last 2 years, actually condensed, and I keep saying the word condensed, and I'll come back to that, to a 2-part exam, Part 1, Part 2. The information contained in these parts is mutually exclusive, so we're going to start Part 2, and it really doesn't matter if you start with Part 1 or Part 2. There's no benefit, there's no advantage. It's just you have to call them something. You can call them Part 1, Part 2, A, B. There's always going to be a sequence. So you can take it in any order that you like. Now they test, and we'll get to that in a minute, different bodies of knowledge. They're both identical as far as the format. They're 4 hours long, contain 3 hours of multiple choice with one section dedicated to essays. There's 100 questions on the exam. You have, as I said, 3 hours, so you have to average approximately 1.5 minutes per question. They're multiple choice with 4 answers given for each question. You have to achieve a score high enough on the multiple choice. So essentially you have to get 75% of those correct in order to advance to the essay portion. And in most cases that happens. I think I've heard of some folks that might have timed out or just were very ill prepared that didn't advance to the next level. But it doesn't necessarily mean that you will pass, because again, you can still do poorly on the essay component and not pass the exam. The essay component is made of 2 essay questions that have subparts that could range anywhere from 3 per question all the way up to, say, 6 or 8. So you could have anywhere from 6 to a total of maybe 16 sub-questions that you have to answer within an hour period. The bottom line, though, it is a very rigorous, very robust exam. It's going to test your knowledge. You're not going to have a whole lot of time to sit back and just kind of, wonder about questions. You do have to know the information.